Andrew, can you turn around for a second and look at the
Look at your backdrop.
the image?
You're covering up the girls. So it looks like the girls are just staring at you.
That'll lighten up the mood a little bit, Andrew.
What's our topic today? What are we talking about?
All right, so topic of the day is how to communicate value to clients in a changing market condition. I kind of ran with this as more of how to communicate, why communication is so important throughout the transaction, and the tools that we have to help make that easier, smoother, so it's just a smooth process for everybody. Buyers, sellers, other listing agent or buyer's agent, the lenders or attorneys. So the important, I think it's so important, obviously, to communicate with your clients, your attorneys, your lenders, for multiple things. One, make sure nothing gets dropped throughout the transaction, dates. I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong if you're not communicating well. So I think the most important thing that we have is Follow-Up Boss. Reasons are because it's set up to track the transaction, all the emails are saved, tasks, dates are all done through Follow-Up Boss.
Automated.
It's all automated. So we have the stages, whether it's a buyer or a seller, to help you with that transaction. So I think it's really, really important for everybody to use those stages, put in the dates of the contract, and things automatically get sent out. So without you thinking about it, it's going to remind your clients and gives you tasks throughout the week and through the transaction to make sure nothing gets dropped. The other thing that is really important that protects you is keeping notes throughout the transaction. So recapping your conversation with an attorney, the listing agent, the buyer's agent, or your client, even the home inspectors. One, it protects you if something goes wrong later on in the transaction. You go back to your notes, everything's documented, time-stamped, etc. Also, you can go back, obviously, for reminders and read your notes, and obviously that there's pluses and minuses for that. Friday reports is also really important for everybody, I believe, for communication. You can do this for your buyers and your sellers. Friday reports mainly, I think, is for your listings. You can give them a recap on what's happening that week on the property, how many showings you had, how many clicks on Zillow, saves on Zillow. You can go into the MLS and see how many agents have favored it or sent it to their clients as well. If you have a commercial property, you can use Crexi, LoopNet on the back end, see how many people have been clicking on that. Other things is I think it helps communicate with that seller on why things are moving. Like if there's a lot of activity, if there's not a lot of activity, every week that seller is getting a recap of what's going on. And as you know, Dylan, sometimes your clients are calling you and saying like, hey, I think it's time for a price drop. Things have been a little stagnant.
And I've used activity from all the websites to actually get price reductions as well. So it is a handy tool. So.
Yeah, so even I think for buyers as well, you can give kind of recaps on I don't know if the Friday reports are as important just for buyers, but at least every couple weeks of new listings that have come on, if there's been price drops on the listings in the towns that they're looking at, just to keep them in the loop of what's going on. And I think it's also another reason just to reach out to them, because sometimes like you may go a couple weeks, a month without reaching out to that buyer, and it just keeps you in front of their minds.
Relationship gets cold.
So again, communication. I think also collaboration with everybody else other than your seller and buyer are really important. So the listing agent, the buyer's agent, I really think as much as you can to keep that relationship strong and healthy. Obviously, you have to push back when needed, but there's no reason to have it be contentious if you don't need.
Don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal. You're representing your client, they're representing theirs. But if you keep the dialogue going, it's going to be a smoother transaction for everybody. Also, attorneys, lenders, reaching out to them on a constant basis. Like, everybody's a team. Like, I think a teamwork is really important. I think people kind of forget to communicate, forget to answer over time. I know through this digital age, people are texting. I find sometimes picking up the phone is like one of the most powerful things.
How about a
BombBomb also, right? So BombBomb is something that we also have through Follow Up Boss. Just giving a quick video recap. The open rate on those are extremely high. It's more personal than a text. You can also give the market recap, everything through BombBomb. So tools that you can use, I know I've touched on this a little bit, through communication. It's again, Follow Up Boss, using Dropbox to keep organized, using the BombBomb to communicate, and then even through your market analysis that you're doing, our market pulse that we have, using the tools that we have, and then communicating those is key. Updating market trends, again, using MLS, using LoopNet, using CoStar, using Crexi, all things that I think are important for communication. Anything else that you guys have that you think is important for communicating with the clients is obviously.
I think you nailed it. Effective communication is the key to a successful business.
Yeah.
Without it, you're lost.
Yeah.
Especially
honestly.
when you think that if something's going sideways and you don't want to have that conversation.
That's the time to have the conversation. Those hard conversations are what make the difference of a seasoned agent and a wannabe agent, kind of.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good job, buddy.
Good job.
Andrew.